Beyond.
Woo.
Hello, Beyond.
Oh, yeah, there you go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Beyond, episode 138. I'm Greg Miller, back at the helm, alongside the man who beat Mass Effect 2 finally, Ryan Geddes.
I did it.
Guides Guru, Colin Moriarty.
What's up, guys?
And our leader of the features, Ryan Geddes.
Hey, Podcast Beyond.
Is this your first Beyond?
No, I was on one last year. I don't remember what the topic was.
It was back when my cord got mixed up with my chair. There we go.
No, that just happened. That's why you were distracted.
Just happened. Oh, sorry, I got confused.
Anyways, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Now, last time when you were here, did you own a PS3? Because you've owned a PS3 for a while now.
Yeah, I did not own a PS3 at the time I was on previously.
Okay.
But I've owned one for about half a year now.
Yeah. You've been around, as they say.
I have been around. I'm an old hat at owning
Bring
PS3s.
people up to speed here if they're one of the people here who don't go to IGN because they're crazy.
What?
Yeah.
There's
you
no
are
such
you
thing.
are the features editor.
Yes, I started out on the news team. I went over to the Xbox team. I was on the Xbox team. You guys aren't going to boo me for that?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry. We
Not
won.
at all.
It's over.
Yeah,
Excellent. Okay, good. I was on the Xbox team for a while, and now I'm the features editor. So I work with like everybody, all platforms on features about anything and everything game related.
Also, now you're a pretty big deal, I hear.
I'm a huge deal,
Yeah,
but I'm just about
seriously.
as huge a deal as you can get.
The only way you could become a bigger deal is if you wore a shirt with a raccoon with a handkerchief over it.
Handkerchief.
A handkerchief? I thought it was handkerchief.
Tell me about this.
I
What
would
is
say
your
chief.
chief?
What is a neckerchief? Colin, you're a history buff. Do you know what a what the
I know what it is, but I don't know.
It's one of
I
those
don't know
things
where-
like it plumes out, right? It plumes out of the shirt.
I don't know where it comes from.
I see.
Anyway, I've always said handkerchief because I thought it sounded fun.
Do you wear
but
handkerchiefs when you're
I could from like the Master Chiefs.
during your
One thing I
leisure
do have
activities?
to say about the PlayStation 3, though, is that it has a disturbing lack of Master Chiefs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't consider
However,
that disturbing
yeah,
at
I
all.
don't think so at all.
That's although that will not change. I am heartened to know that Bungie will be making
game.
a PlayStation 3
Of some
game.
kind.
So
I bet
that's
it's going to be a
exciting.
match 3.
Oh my
A puzzle
God.
game?
Yeah.
Like a Bejeweled clone?
Yeah, about right.
That's probably what they're working
It's
on.
going to be Oni too.
Oh, my God. Do not make Oni 2.
Anyway,
Oni
pleasure
1.
to be here.
Got tricked into buying that.
And guess what? We
I'm
don't
excited.
really we do a little boopy boop boop boos sometimes, but we don't sing
There's bleeps
anymore.
and bloops.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's some bleeps and bloops in this
Okay,
podcast.
I like bleeps and bloops. I know Clements doesn't like. He's not a fan of bleeps and bloops. He thinks the entire Mass Effect 1 soundtrack was nothing but
He cleared
bleeps
this
and
up
bloops.
last Beyond.
Yeah, I did.
He reached out to the listeners.
It will
to
never
try to
be
get them
cleared
to
up. In
understand.
my mind, you will always have called Mass Effect 1 soundtrack, quote, nothing but a bunch of bleeps and bloops.
I know that that's what you think, and I understand that that's what you think. As you once told me when we were having an infuriating argument about voice acting, I believe that you believe that.
Ryan Geddes, welcome
Yes.
to Podcast Beyond. I would
Thank
like to shove some news in your ear with a segment we call the Roper Report.
It's time for some news. Like, that's the extent of our singing now.
Huh, okay.
Is that acceptable?
I can handle it.
All right.
All right, here's one for you, Colin.
What's up,
You
man?
don't like paying for stuff. What
No, I
about
don't.
this premium PSN? We've heard about this premium paid for PSN for quite some time.
Uh-huh.
Now there's rumors it's coming soon, according to at least news on it's coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon in quotes.
Yes. What do you think? I was making air quotes.
I'm fine with it. I actually am interested in it.
Have you heard rumors of what it's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all rumor, though, and speculation.
Yes. Oh, no, it's all rumor speculation. Sony won't comment on it, but we can't.
Yeah, well, here's my theory. I was talking to Clements actually on the
Hi.
Muni yesterday.
Yeah?
About it yesterday on the way
What a
home.
lovely ride, by the way.
Oh, it was a great ride.
That-
Well, you're
wasn't
speaking of San Francisco's municipal transportation
Correct.
system?
Yes.
It's an above ground and occasionally below ground train.
and occasionally it runs.
And occasionally it runs.
This is funny because I come back here, and I live in Seattle. I used to live here. I live in Seattle now. I come back here for a week period every month to hang out with you guys and do stuff. And I always take the N and the T
Yeah,
from
that's all you
Pioneer
need.
Square over here. Never had a problem. All you guys ever do is complain about the Muni and how bad it is and how
It's
awful
terrible.
it
It's
is. It never
horrendous.
runs. It's like clockwork for me.
They're running from the Sunset,
Okay.
which is like the wasteland. You got people. It's like
Are there wild
dilapidated
dogs out
streets.
There's rad roaches crawling.
It's like the
People in
beginning.
dune buggies with shotguns.
It's the beginning of Infamous. Everything's blown to hell over there. You're lucky to get out without getting shot in the face with electricity.
Okay.
By the
true.
way, Sunset is a lovely neighborhood. Excuse me.
It's
Thank you
dirty.
very much.
Sorry, I didn't want to derail. Continue
Oh, no,
your
it's okay.
conversation.
Do it.
So we were talking yesterday
Yeah.
on Muni about what this could possibly be, and I was saying that they could do tiered pricing if they wanted to do it, and they have like a lot of potential. They could theoretically charge a couple $100 a year for it, and say you can download any game on PSN. You can download any PS1 Classic. You can download any PS2 game if they do that, or Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
So I actually think that it would be interesting if they did like a premium service and said like, pay a few $100s a year or whatever it is and get everything you want on PSN for free.
Yeah.
For that year.
Would you do it?
Yeah, I would. I think that would be a great deal.
I got a Facebook message the other day, and I didn't bother newsing this or rumoring it because it sounds so crazy.
Right.
But this kid who works over at the GameStop equivalent in Britain, I want to say it's Game Over. Which
GameStop.
Isn't it just game?
Is it? It wasn't that because I know
not
game.
game.
It was
Okay.
he had game and then something else. Anyways, he said no. It's not Australia. He's a pop movie at a GameStop. Anyways, he said the Sony rep came in or their supply guy and said that the premium PSN's real and what it's going to be would be that you would have for like $30, $40 unlimited access on a monthly basis. You'd have unlimited access to all the PS1 games and all the PS2 game downloads they're going to announce at E3.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool, but
That's a little expensive for a monthly download.
That's why at first I just called them BS on that. I said there's no way. That sounds crazy talk. But in retrospect, as few games as they put out, that would actually be probably a good deal for Sony to figure.
Right.
I don't know.
It's basically the OnLive model instead of the Xbox Live model. The Xbox Live model is you pay a certain amount and then you have access to our online and our other services, but you're not getting access to content that way. You're not paying a subscription for content.
Right.
Whereas OnLive, which is this like nebulous thing, and we've seen here and there. It's like cloud gaming where you just have this little unit you hook up to your TV, and then you get to play as many games as you want for that subscription price. So that's kind of what they're trying to do. But like Greg and I were talking about last night, what if I decide to cancel my subscription? Do I all of a sudden have not have access to all those games that I was playing before?
Yeah, I'd suspect so.
What if I download all these, PSN games or even classics or maybe even full games? If there's a really like a tiered model like you're talking about, Colin, then what does that all just disappear? I mean, that's a
good
totally
question.
different model than we've seen.
Oh
before.
man, the different tiers should be named after the trophies. So there's like a bronze, silver, gold.
Or
and
what's
then
the platinum level?
platinum level? They just send Kevin Butley to your house with a bunch of like Japanese maids,
Whoa.
and they just clean your house.
Whoa.
They clean your house.
That's interesting.
That's what you're gonna want
Do
to
I
do.
still get the games or just
Well,
the
I
house
wanted to
cleaning?
keep this PG rated. All right?
Okay.
Oh.
Everybody already thinks that I'm some gigantic sleazeball after the JRPG story, so I got to clear my name.
That is kind of
He
how
is
you
kind of
look
a
just on a
gigantic
day-to-day
sleazeball.
basis.
Really?
Yeah.
You're so
I don't know about
sleazy,
that.
Clements.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Guess what? Ryan,
Yes.
I got big news that
I'm
is
ready.
going to rock your shorts off.
I'm ready.
Guitar
I'm not wearing
Hero,
shorts.
the new Guitar Hero,
Uh-huh.
Warriors of Rock. Thought you'd like to know that. That's the name of that one.
I could not care less about any of those games.
It makes
I
me
know,
fall
I
asleep in
know.
my pants.
I know. It used to be so exciting, but
Well, how are you at all excited? Rock Band 3. The Green Day demo went up with a trailer. At the end of it, they show all the instruments for Rock Band 3. They have a little keyboard-looking thing there. Maybe a guitar. Anybody?
no, who cares?
If you put a guitar in Rock Band 3, I will
I'll
be
play
excited.
around
I mean,
with
it's
it.
cool, but I mean, like, it's a little too late. I mean, this music genre thing's being, put into the ground pretty quickly. So it's a shame that they have to shove this stuff down the consumer's throat instead of giving it time to marinate, support their Mario. So,
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't care. I mean, I will. We are lucky because all this stuff comes into the office and we get to play with it. And it's there right in front of us.
I'll
We get
buy.
to-
I will personally buy. money. I will
nah.
personally throw down money for a guitar, guaranteed.
Just to let you know, it's actually marinade. That's how you say that word.
Is he always like this?
Yeah, he's weird like this.
It's comedy. It's comedy gold.
Rumors are swirling on the internet that this Team Eco HD collection, kind of like the God of War collection, is real and coming in 2011.
Yeah,
gonna
I
be announced at E3. Do you?
Yeah, I totally believe it.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to believe it. I want to believe it. I want to believe that I can play Shadow of Colossus soon, get trophies for it, have it in HD. But I think those games were, and even Last Guardian are all so cult to an extent. You know what I mean? Like the Joe Schmo PS3 guy who bought it for the show, they're now doing a show bundle with this one. He doesn't know about these games. It doesn't seem like it doesn't have that God of War impact.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, when you look at the God of War collection, even that came out before God of War 3, it actually didn't even sell extraordinarily well. So I don't think they would set their sights too high on something like that selling very well. But Eco and Shadow of the Colossus are really looked at as art. Those games are really pretty close to art. I know Ebert wouldn't agree, and I hadn't even played Shadow of the Colossus until I worked here, and I played a little bit at Mark Ryan's house. I was terrible at it, but what a beautiful game! What a nice idea,
I was terrible at it.
And so I agree. I think that it'll be awesome to play those games with have some trophies and play them in HD and stuff like that. And I don't think it's beyond the pale that it would come out right before Last Guardian. So
I know.
Yeah, it's a
I'd like
smart
to hope
marketing thing.
Yeah.
build them hype. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen a game from them. So I think it would be cool. I think it's real.
Okay, I hope so. Speaking of building hype, True Blood Season 3 starts soon.
Sugar.
And to build
I
the
don't know
hype,
what that was.
HBO is now available on the PSN. You can download your favorite HBO shows and whatnot there. Hey,
Look
how
at you.
about
You're
that?
just shilling. You're just a shill.
I'm just
now.
letting people know if they just woke up from their coma.
God.
All right.
This is what we do in the Roper Report.
Yeah, Soldier X2.
We talk about the news.
Soldier X2 just came out and got an 8.5 on the PSN. I'm excited
Damon
for that
liked
one.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
And in our two biggest stories of the week, Mark Hamill got interviewed by IGN.com. He says Batman Arkham Asylum 2, Joker's last hurrah. He's going out. It was very unclear in this interview if Hamill was talking about the Joker. He's done with the Joker. If Joker's done in the games after this. Very interesting. I don't know.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Hale and I were talking about this the other day.
You hit me with it.
Why is it Batman Arkham Asylum 2? Didn't we finish with Arkham Asylum in the first one? Why can't it just be Batman 2 and they're going somewhere else in Gotham City?
Because they've moved Arkham into the city now, as the
That's
trailer shows
dumb.
you. Here's the thing. You and I both know that Joe Schmo Gamer with his MLB The Show bundle is now available. He is not...
I know there's a guy out there named Joe Schmo who listens to this.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got a tear right now.
Yeah.
You
They
don't
don't-
know me.
They get
caveman
very
can do it.
confused when games come out and have different names. They now know Batman Arkham Asylum. Hey, that was a Game of the Year contender. This was a really cool thing.
Yeah.
They want to keep that brand association. It's search engine optimization, as Fran Mirabella would tell you.
Who are you, Rich Snippets now?
Yeah.
Would it probably the title should probably be Batman: Arkham Asylum: Escape from Gotham.
And they should spell Arkham with 4s instead of A's.
Well, I think it's dumb. Just going on the, I'm going on the record.
I
It
mean,
is a little
when
silly,
if
too.
they do Batman Arkham Asylum 3, then it's very dumb. Then it's very, very stupid.
So you're saying it would be very dumb then, and it's only dumb now?
I'm saying right now,
Do you have the
I'm
balls to
currently,
call it dumb
I do
now?
not. Currently, I'm indifferent. I want to see how Arkham is in the city. I don't know what that means. I want to know what that means.
I think it's cheap. Anyway, go ahead.
All
When does
right.
it come out?
They haven't announced that.
So next year.
Yeah, it's not going to be this year.
I should probably beat the first
I
one,
would
huh?
say
First one's great, bro. Great game,
Bro.
Really, bro?
Bro, it's a
Come
great
on,
game.
Cool, bro.
you can get the Game of the Year edition now, and you can put on 3D glasses and play it in 3D if you want.
Are there new trophies on that game?
No, there are not. I was very upset too. Biggest news of the week to close out the Roper Report: Insomniac is officially multi-platform. They are partnering with EA to
At
put
least
out a
just for
360
one game.
and PS3. Correct. Well, they're still officially the development house now.
Officially,
Now, yeah.
officially they are doing a multi-platform game, but what's unusual is that this deal is just self-contained for this one game.
Uh-huh.
Like
Well.
their publishing deal with EA is for this one game.
Yeah, try it
Officially
out.
now,
See what happens.
they're testing the water.
Why have you
Basically-
forsaken us?
It's
No.
basically Insomniac and Sony are taking a break. They're going to see other people, see if this works out and how they like this.
We're on a break.
I talked to Ted Price over the phone regarding this deal, and he said that they are, I can almost quote, but not directly, that Insomniac is still very much invested in Ratchet and Clank and Resistance.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I don't
Price
think,
is wrong.
I don't think you have to worry about that stuff.
I don't know. I went to an event last night. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. Killzone 3. It's going to be exciting. I went to that event. Ted Price was there, actually. And I talked to him. And he was not at all like you were saying.
Ah.
He was off the record a little bit more. And so, I mean, the main thing he said was, where can I go to find out what games came out this week, Greg?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was,
You can go.
I had to step up my game after Ryan's last week. Ryan had a
Oh,
great
you,
one.
oh, you
last
listened to
week.
last week's?
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
that a good one?
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't
my
get it.
chest was all tightening up. I was like, can you
Every
talk?
week on the Podcast Beyond, we have a segment called
The official list of the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all three platforms by the IGN editors.
Anyways, it's where we go over the games that came out, and we used to just pitch it that it's been a tradition ever since the list began, where you try to walk somebody into it, and now we're getting very creative at how we walk people into it.
I don't want to go too crazy every week because I don't want it to become.
Then people understand.
Then they always know.
I never see it coming,
All right.
and I'm the one who has to read the list. So as far as I can tell, there were only 2 games that came out this week, and actually you reviewed them both.
I did.
So you can tell us a little bit about
Okay,
both.
I can do. Well, let's go. You want
Mod
to go
Nation
one by
Racers came out finally.
Probably one of the greatest games on PSN.
Oh!
PS3. My chair broke while I was talking about that. I don't like the leaning back in
It's
chairs.
like you were playing that upcoming PlayStation Move game, Slider.
Yes, slider. Another
Where
good
you
one.
slide in
Yeah,
a chair
and
down
you can
a
look
hill.
down. You can look down the girl's shirt.
Yes, you can.
Back to Mod Nation Racers. I think currently one of the best, definitely this year, one of the best PS3 games out for this year. It's
Cool.
I'm lucky. A lot of people complain when the review went up, right? The review goes live, and kids are like, "Oh man, why is this up so early?" Because it was up Sony had the embargo super early, so it was up long before then. Like they were all questioning, how can you review a game that has such a huge online component and then give it such a great score without having the online community up and going. Definitely played online races, shared creation stuff, but it wasn't the thousands of people using it. They're lucky I didn't, because I took Tuesday off to play with readers and play by myself and play online. I was nerdgasming all over that freaking game. I don't know what the score would have been. Maybe a 13.30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on.
So much fun.
You
So
gave
great.
it, what, a 9?
Gave it a 9, yeah.
Nerdgasming.
And then another game you reviewed, UFC Undisputed
Also
2010 came out.
yeah.
That came out this week, 7.8.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I enjoyed it. Like a 7.8, people are gonna, they poo-poo it, as they say. But it's that's a good.
Yeah,
it's
good.
almost impressive. It just fell short. The career mode didn't pan out the way it should have. I thought it was some cool ideas in the beginning, but they got really, really repetitive. It's 12 years, and so everything was just done over
Right.
and over and over again. The modes outside of career are all pretty much the same, just exhibition stuff. It's got some great ideas. I enjoy the fighting. Like when me and Nate sit down to play, when I play with Mark Ryan, I enjoy that. But that's having somebody next to you playing.
Right.
Online can be laggy. It's a pain, but if you like UFC, I have no reason for you not to go play.
Yeah, 7.8 isn't a bad score. It's not the 4.0
Thank you.
I gave The Price is Right, for
Yeah,
instance.
we will get to that too. Somebody had a question here about that. What happened on the PlayStation blog? Or yeah, you know what I mean.
On the
PlayStation
store?
Network.
On that crazy place where the downloadable games go?
Hey kid, quit with the downloading.
I put some teriyaki sauce on your sandwich. Sorry. Do you know that inside joke at all?
I don't.
I'm not going to tell it.
Please
but it was from Brisbane.
Hardcore listeners. they know.
Oh, Brisbane.
Yeah. Anyway, actually, this was it looks like it's a pretty content-heavy week on the PlayStation Network. As Greg mentioned, Soldner X2 Final Prototype is available for $12.99.
$12.99.
$12.99. Super
Damon
Stacker.
loved it.
I looked at that game. It looks like every other shmup I've ever seen.
Yeah, but
God, I
Damon's,
hate that word.
Sounds like you're making fun of it, but the term is actually
I really hate it.
It's just another garbage shmup.
Damon reviewed it, and I proofed that review, and it made me. I'm a believer.
I'm
I
sure
wanna go
he's
down
right because he knows those types of games, and I get bored with those games.
You also
See, he
are an old man
he
and you
said
get
that the
angry.
difficulty isn't. He said the difficulty isn't as crazy, so that you can play and actually feel like you have a chance at winning and beating it.
That's good. Hey, so this is absolutely not an attack on the PlayStation blog, which is where I'm getting this information from. This is just a classic example of someone that needed to whip something up real fast. But I got to read you the Super Stacker description.
All right,
here.
good. I want to hear it.
Who doesn't love to play with blocks? Super Stacker is a physics puzzle game where you need to stack your blocks and keep them aloft until the timer says so. Sounds easy enough, but with 3 different play modes and over 120 puzzles, you'll have to prove you are a Super Stacker. I thought that was fantastic.
I hope it was Jeff. I hope it was Jeff Rubens.
It was
At midnight.
when he's frantically trying to get this up.
He's about to hit publish, and before he does, he just realizes, oh God, there's no Super Stacker
Who
description.
doesn't love to play with blocks? PS1 classics. We have Delta Force Urban Warfare. That sounds exciting. There's a ton of appetizing add-on game content this week, including some Lost Planet 2 content, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Femme Fatale costume pack. I wrote about that. That looked pretty racy. There's already some Mod Nation Racers DLC.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Ryan Clements.
Yes.
QQAJDBBDP9QM. That is an exclusive, that Air Raider costume and plane pack they put out. And a reader sent that in. I didn't print off his name, but I wrote it on the Mod Nation Racer image he made of all of us.
Yes, I love that.
Not you, of course.
No, of
You're
course
not.
not. Yeah.
But you got me. You got the Colin there. We're in a Beyond shirt. He's got a tattoo.
You got,
know.
Yeah,
you got
very well,
Sam.
very nice.
Sam in his underwear.
Clearly, Sam has not
Friggin'
been photographed enough on this site. They have no idea who he is. He's in an army hat. He's got goggles on.
And no pants.
No pants. That is true. Also, Sam Bishop, no idea where he is. Saw him last night at Killzone 3. Oh, see you tomorrow for Beyond. Yeah. All right, there you go. Sam.
Just Cause 2, the Black Market Boom Pack is available. That has like a new. Whatever.
Can't people just go on the PlayStation blog and read all this information?
Well, I'm just.
They would like to shove it in their ear, though.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Also on the PSP front, Hexes' Force, Mod Nation Racers, Pinball Heroes Bundle 2. Geddes, I swear to God, if you act bored one more time, I'm kicking you
How
out.
can I help it?
Really, you don't want to hear about what's coming up? No. What would you prefer?
Double hex
Why don't I talk
stacker?
about how awesome you are? Would that be
Now
great?
we're talking.
Also, for PSP Minis, there's VT Tennis and Robin Hood: The Return of Richard.
That one might be good. Who knows? That one I'm holding out hope for.
And I think that it's pretty easy to say that the pick of the week is
Mod Nation Racers.
the PS3 version.
Don't be. I don't know. I can't even stress enough. So, and here's, I think that's in the comments here eventually. I'll save my Venom for my Vampire Strikes coming up in a bit.
Is there a Vampire Strike coming?
Oh yeah, well maybe if I printed it off. I go through the questions, I put them on the sheet, and then I can never find the one I'm thinking of.
This speaking of, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, please.
No, please ask.
I'll save it for the vampire. Vampire.
Please go ahead. I will.
You know that I could never bore you.
Okay. Just the tip. Colin, what do you got for me on trophy tips? How was that Price is Right stuff? Can I get some trophies there?
Yeah, I mean, I got some, but a lot of them are, like I said in the review, a lot of them are mysteriously hidden. So you have no idea. You have to go on, ps3trophies.org to see what what they are or whatever. Don't even bother with that game or whatever.
Okay.
I will say that 3D Dot Heroes, like I talked about it last week, getting a little more frustrating. I'm kind of just chipping through the game or whatever, but the trophies kind of are trickling out now. You really got to put some time in on that one. Thankfully, the game is good, though. So.
Mod Nation Racers has a lot of trophies. A lot of the easy ones, create a mod, create a track, remix a track. But there are a lot of bronzes. You have to actually, it's, very much time investment of getting all this, doing all that. It's going to be a hard one to platinum. I still plan to do it, though.
Right on.
Let's see. Thank you, Aaron. Mm-hmm. That brings us to Toe. Topic of the week. We've already hinted at it. Topic of the week, Killzone 3. Mm-hmm. As you know, it's out, or it's happening.
I beat it last night.
The news of Killzone 3 is out. The news of Killzone 3 is out.
Colin is sprinting down Market.
IGN UK posted a huge preview that was basically what we saw.
Yeah.
We were embargoed until this podcast is about to be finished recording, but everything we saw is exactly what they saw at the UK. I would first like to, go Colin, Ryan. What the hell's wrong with you? You are core members of Team PlayStation. Remember, there's no more PlayStation Team. You're part of Team PlayStation here at IGN. Neither of you wanted to come see Killzone 3 with me.
I did.
I wanted to go. I had to go home to take care of some business.
Sure you did.
So I would just like to first clarify a few things. When Colin says take care of business, he means go home and watch Judge Judy eat and fall asleep.
What?
That's his business. I mean, you got to own up to it, right, man?
That's entirely true.
All right. I'm not making this up. Actually, did you watch Judge Judy, or you watched a
Dude,
different
I got
show?
home just in the nick of time. I went to Luca to get a sandwich. I got home just in the nick of time as the music began on. Oh Jesus Christ! As the music began on Judge Judy.
Something flew out of his hand.
It was a thumbtack. That could have been disastrous.
And what's your excuse, Ryan?
My excuse, I think, is a little more important to me as a person.
Oh God, here we go.
Really?
Yeah, I know what your excuse is.
And you don't think it's a good excuse?
No, you run every day.
I don't run every day. That's the problem.
Well, that's your own problem.
I have been extremely passionate about my track training recently.
Oh, so passionate that he doesn't do it every day, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yeah, because it's not healthy to do it. That's not healthy to do it every day. Your muscles are
I'm super passionate about playing the piano. Haven't done it in 2 decades, but I really enjoy it.
Well, once the guitar comes out,
are you going to give me a chance to?
No, there's really.
Well, I'm going to say it anyway because I control the podcast right now. It's because
all your mics are muted.
You're not supposed to run every day because that would obviously be too much for your legs. I am going to try and run a race with our own David Klayman and potentially Eric Brudvig. Trying to keep up with my training. My health has been very important to me recently because I gained a huge amount of weight when I started at IGN because I never did anything except sit behind my desk and work.
But now you walk to Underdog.
Okay. Yeah.
Eating your sausages.
Yeah, they're the chicken sausages.
Yeah.
They're good for you.
All I heard was, I'm not a true gamer.
I'm just saying, all the Beyond Unites right now are listening in the Beyond Nation, and they're crying for you. And you, Colin.
Yeah, no,
they would kill someone to go to that
I know,
event.
but for real, I really did want to go home and play Blue Toad Murder Files. No, because I have to review them. And that was my intention, but it never actually went down that way.
All right,
Greg, all I'm saying is if you stop running, you're going to start lagging in your training, and then it all goes.
And then you look like you're pregnant, like I do.
Well, Geddes, we went.
We did go.
I was very excited. As everyone knows here on the podcast Beyond, a huge Killzone 2 fan. I'm not a first-person shooter fan at all. I really fell in love with the second game. Heard this one was coming out, read the preview, got really excited. The preview talks about all these different environments, jetpacks, all this crazy stuff, 3D. Went to the event, didn't knock my socks off.
Nope, me either.
What I've been telling everybody, and it's not that it's bad, don't get me wrong. The problem is that it's just Killzone 2 right now. Maybe they're going to show something at E3 after that, change my mind. Because all they're saying right now is 2011. No idea, really when it's going to be hitting. But I could have easily gone to that event, been blindfolded. The presentation starts, and they don't mention Killzone 3. At the end, they could have said, yeah, this is a new downloadable pack coming out in 2 weeks on the PSN. I'd be like, oh, it makes sense. Because
blindfolded?
So that I didn't see Killzone 3 signs, right?
Oh, because I was going to say, you didn't see the game at all?
No, I'm sorry. When I get there and the presentation starts, they take off my blindfold.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It was just, it looks a lot like Killzone 2.
It does. It looks pretty. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
it looks
pretty
really
game.
great. But yeah, I mean, it was just kind of more of the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's he like the guy who's giving the presentation. I forget his name. He even said the phrase,
Herman.
"We're turning it up to 11,"
Herman Holtz.
which always tells me, oh, they're doing what they
Yeah.
did in this game previously.
Yeah.
They're just putting more guns, more environments, blah blah blah.
The big thing, like they
it's
talked
more.
Exactly. That was their whole thing.
Yep.
Is that was in the first 3 minutes of the level you're about to play. You're going to see more set pieces than you did in the entire first level of Killzone 2. So more explosions,
The environments are bigger.
cutscenes, different enemies. I mean,
But
all
see-
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, that might be really good, though, coming from
Oh.
someone who hasn't seen it.
No, I know. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. This is not at all a warning shot of, oh my God, be afraid of Killzone 3. This is totally just that huge fan, Greg Miller, went in there of Killzone 2, and I was like, I can't wait to see what they do next. And it's like, oh, okay. It's just more. Like I was expecting to be sea changes. How is this game going to be different? And it wasn't. Like the jetpack. Enemies are
I'm
really
sorry,
cool.
the jump pack. It's called a jump pack right now.
Yeah, right
Tell
now.
me that could
right
jump.
Now,
Or
no,
jump.
jump. It's JUMPACK. There's no
Jump
There's
pack.
no.
Jump pack.
There's or jump ack, whichever you want to pronounce it.
Jump ack.
These are all working titles, of
Yeah.
course. But I liked fighting those enemies. Like when you shoot them. If you don't kill them, you just wing them and hurt their jetpack. They kind of fly up out of control and then slam back into the ground. That's a cool way to go out.
Cool.
But then there's a section where you put it on and you flew it, and that wasn't doing it for me. You
It
can't
looked a
melee
little
in that.
little clunky maybe.
Yeah,
A little slow.
Yeah. You can only fly up a little bit before you stop, but then you can kind of just boost outward the whole time.
Let's all remember how much of an improvement Killzone 2 made from when they first started showing it to the very end. though.
Exactly. Again, this is not me saying I'm not excited for it.
I think you said yesterday, I asked, had they shown a trailer yet? And they haven't, right?
No.
It's very strange to me to come in with gameplay footage, which they kind of showed us some gameplay footage, and then everybody got to kind of play a little bit, without showing a trailer first. And to me, the idea of a trailer is to give you like a holistic view of what they're trying to do with the game. Show you a couple different environments and a couple different ideas and show you what direction they're trying to take. But with just sitting down and seeing a level, like Greg was saying, all it looked like was, oh, this kind of just looks like Killzone 2.5.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't anything like, whoa, wow, I can't believe they're taking it there, or I can't believe they brought this idea in. And like you mentioned with, or was it Damon that mentioned Half-Life 2?
Damon,
And
I never talked about that game.
like that's an example of a shooter that did things differently, that wowed us, that made us go, wow, that's a different idea altogether. But this just looks like another big shooter, and that's fine. I'll play it. I like the second game a lot. So I mean, but
See, there was such a jump between Killzone and Killzone 2. And that's why I was like, oh man, Killzone 2 is awesome. You know what I mean? Like it was different. It was fun. There was stuff happening. And now this just doesn't have that feel for me.
Yeah.
And I kind of went through a similar thing with Uncharted 2 where I was like, the game looked great, but the story plot points were pretty much spot on with what happened before. You know what I mean? Like there was I wasn't as floored by that. I don't know. I'm still looking forward to Killzone 3 is basically what I'm saying. Let's talk about 3D. They showed 3D. This did not change my opinion of 3D
I bet it
whatsoever. It was cool. There was the cool stuff of like when he had a big Gatling gun kind of thing, and the depth of that, leading out into the environment. Watching your crosshair kind of go over stuff in front of you and then drop all the way back when you cleared a rock or whatever. And then also I really enjoyed when you went into iron sights, like when you're looking down like the scope, that even got more blurry, but it seemed like what was in the scope was super, super clear, and that was really fun to do. But everything else was kind of crazy. I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't see why I would want that. And this is like, so this is Sony's big push. They're selling the new 3D capable TVs with active shutter glasses, which are better than the like red and blue sort of glasses. It's a better way to do 3D.
You don't lose
glasses.
the color kind of thing. It's more of just being in the game kind of idea.
But it to me, like, so Greg and I were talking about this a little bit at the event too. This game looks really, really good. It's a pretty game. But when you put the 3D glasses on and you all of a sudden are dealing with all this depth, the game loses its beauty to me. Like you have the gun up here or like a melee weapon up here. It looks blurry. It doesn't have the graphical punch that the 2D experience has. So to me, it's like, well, what's the point? We spent all this time getting games to look this great, and now I'm going to put on these glasses and sacrifice all of that just so I can look like my HUD is floating in front of me? Why do I want that? And right now, I'm not seeing that 3D has a gameplay advantage. So if I don't have a gameplay advantage, and if I don't have a visual advantage, what's the point?
Right.
No point.
Oh, you have too much money.
I do.
So
have
you want
too
to get
much
rid
money.
of some of that.
Also, the glasses are. they don't fit my head. Like they all look. They were all the same size. They were not like resizable. If you wear glasses, like 3 of us in this room do, they are really
4.
clunky.
Colin wears glasses.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
you
got
don't have one
contacts.
now.
Oh.
You know, they sit on your head all funky. They hurt. They slip down your head. It's just, I do not understand this push, and I'm there. Every time I see 3D displayed to me, I'm more disappointed in this direction.
We had an argument about this a couple months ago, I guess, on Beyond or whatever. Like that, none of us really think 3D is gonna to do anything at all.
Sam and Chobot, they were the ones who were really carrying the flag for
It's just not. It's not the push to have 3D in games is not new.
No.
You know, and it failed once. Actually, failed several times, and it's you know, freaking Genesis or even Master System or one of those had 3D
Yeah,
glasses.
was it called the Sega Power Goggles or
Yeah,
the
something- I mean,
goggles?
just
Seriously,
the
it was something like
With
that.
a name like that, how'd it fail?
My argument was just that gaming, and it's the same reason why I don't think people want to use Waggle either. You know, I think when you play more and more Wii games, you realize that Wii developers are trying to avoid using Waggle at all costs, basically. I mean, look at Metroid. You're playing with the controller, you know, like the NES style controller.
Yeah.
So what I think is that, you know, gaming hasn't changed fundamentally. It really hasn't since gaming started in the 70s. It hasn't changed. And I really don't think it's going, you know, fundamentally. You sit in front of a screen, you use controller, and you play what's going on the screen. I don't think it's ever going to change, you know. I don't think people want to go like this anymore than they want to put on, you know, goggles and.
Yeah, well, I mean, 3D could be a really great thing once the technology that allows 3D displays without the use of glasses is affordable enough for the mass market, and that will happen. Those TVs already exist. They're just exorbitantly expensive, and we can't afford them.
The glasses are the huge killer for me.
They
I
are.
already have to wear glasses. I don't want to wear double glasses.
And, you know, it's also really weird to have, like, sitting there watching. They only had so many glasses. It was a big, you know, a lot of people there. Watching these people kind of sitting in front of this
And you
TV
have to
with
get
these
right
glasses
on it.
on.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, you got to be in the center of the TV. Right now, the viewing angle is not good at all.
I was in the middle on the first demo of it and stuff. I was like, oh, this is all right. And Garnet Lee was over next to me, and he's like, I got to move.
Me too. The same thing
I
happened
got to
to me.
move. This is not working.
And who wants to, like, walk by, like, if you're, you know, you share a house with somebody, or, you know, your girlfriend or whatever.
How many times
into the
are
room.
one of you making dinner and the other's sitting there
and it's
watching?
just this blurry ass image on screen that hurts your eyes to look at it if you're not wearing the glasses. Do you really like want that in your
Anyway, it's just it's silly, dude. It's just I don't understand why they're pushing. Here's my argument. I don't think people might be asking for Waggle. There might be a lesson to be learned, you know, as far as money made for motion control. But with 3D, I just don't see like that anyone was really asking for it. It's because of a successful movie or a couple successful movies that use it, and now they're trying to push it into
it's
the
a
gaming
hardware
realm.
upsell.
It's just ridiculous.
That's all it is.
Hey,
I
you
mean,
need a new TV.
Yes.
You love that flat screen, but now you need this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, here's my question, and I was thinking about this actually when they said Killzone 3 was going to be use 3D. We don't have a 3D TV in the office.
Can't wait for them to shell out the money for that.
Yeah, I'm saying, do we need to buy?
That's the death of free snacks in this
if
place.
you don't have a 3D capable television, it will not work.
Yeah, so we need to to do a review. I guess you're going to have a 3D television.
Right now, your PS3 won't even do it. You have to have the firmware update go through until.
Well, didn't they do that? Wasn't the last one that went through?
I think it was
prepping you for this.
the beginning.
It was prepping.
Yeah, I have a hard time keeping up with all the firmware updates
here
on
we
my
go.
PS3.
Yep,
so
here
I
it
guess
comes
it's
again.
again.
Hey, that joke hasn't been old for 3
Hey,
years.
this is the first time I've used it on Podcast Beyond. I've been waiting
I'm sure
for
you
years.
did it last time you were here.
All right, you got to admit there are a lot of firmware updates.
Also, I just wanted to say real quick that it seems that shooters don't really, you know, in shooter franchises don't really change. I mean, Halo doesn't. I mean, I haven't played Halo since really in depth since the first one, but the game doesn't look like it's changed at all. I mean, even Halo Reach is identical.
Halo Reach is far different from even Halo 3, even just in the multiplayer. If you played the beta, there's like a total change of how the multiplayer works. Like,
how?
Because it's no longer. Remember, I used to run around and pick up power-ups and this and that. There are no more power-ups in the game. Now it's all based on loadouts, which is a totally different thing for Halo. You know, you guys aren't here to talk about Halo, but I mean,
they are
trust
changing
me,
it.
Trust me, there are changes, and from the last game to this game, they've overhauled how the multiplayer works. Now we don't know anything about Killzone's multiplayer.
Killzone 2's multiplayer was awesome.
Yeah,
it was
it's
so
totally good. So
hopefully they'll give that as much attention.
All we're saying, I think, is that
Not
this
wowed.
event that they held to show off one of their biggest games of next year, right, did not blow us away.
Exactly.
That's
the whole
all
point.
we're saying.
Not that the game's going to be bad.
Right.
Not that 3D's garbage. Everybody got really their panties in a wad about that last time we talked about this. It's one of those things. Right now, the example we were given didn't floor us.
Yeah, and people want to hear honest opinions from us.
No, of course.
No, they don't want that. They want us to vindicate with their purchases and opinions.
Don't worry, you bought it. You know, your PS3 purchase is still valid.
Did they fix the perspective problem? That Killzone 2
That I
suffered
did
from?
not see. I did not get to run up to any NPCs and see how tall I was.
That is that is a huge problem.
Well,
they need to.
no, that's not actually. Now,
Dude,
now you're
couldn't-
just being discriminatory.
No, I couldn't-
short guys can't be in the army.
When Mark Ryan showed me that, I couldn't shake it for the rest of my entire play experience with that game. I'm like, that is ridiculous that I'm looking at this dude's crotch right now. That's like my view. Is like
It wasn't that
It wasn't that low.
You know,
it was like their chest.
What about when Mark Ryan showed you that Resistance 2 is really bad?
Animations looked good.
Resistance 2 isn't bad.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's
They
on-
have a bunch of cool new brutal kills, stabbing
Oh
people in
yeah,
the head.
that's the other thing I wanted to talk about is that it was very. I was really surprised at the level of violence they took it to.
Yeah,
I mean,
stomping
I'm
people's
not
heads on the
against
ground.
violence or anything, but like it was really blatant that they were really going. It's almost like snuff film like
oh
level.
wow, come on now.
It
It's not
was
that
like
bad.
they showed this slowed down montage
show a
set
montage
to
of it,
music of the main characters just beating people to death with rifle butts, stomping on their heads, and
Knees to
blood
the face,
splattering
yeah.
everywhere. I don't know. It was
I
kind of
couldn't
like.
get any of that to work in the game.
Well, they're sick of the Hellgast.
But I was like, well, is this what you have to do to take it to the next level? Is this your idea of taking it to the next level? Is just like putting more blood? Did the screen look bloodier to you? Like blood all
Definitely when
over
they
the
were
screen?
when they were kneeing people in the face and
Yeah,
rifle butts in the
there's
head. Yeah.
more blood and all that. So anyway,
All right.
Killzone 3
That's disappointing. I'm sorry you guys didn't like what you
in
saw.
stores next
It's
year.
not that we didn't like it.
No,
I
it's
just
not
wasn't
that at
blown
all.
away. I liked Killzone 2, so I'm still ready to play this. But I don't know. I'm concerned because, like I said, wasn't a huge first-person shooter. I'm not a huge first-person shooter fan. I'm worried that I won't get into Killzone 3 because it's too similar to Killzone 2. I
Well-
feel like I've been there and I've done that.
I had a good run last night.
Yeah,
so-
I'm sure you did. Whatever. Let's get some more opinions at Mail Call.
Mail Call.
Malice.
Male
Malnutrition.
Colin, you're going on task first from Brady.
Okay.
He read your Price is Right review.
Uh-huh.
In it, you say, the whole reason I downloaded this because I needed something to do with my girlfriend and this
Right.
couple we had over. He says, just want to drop a quick question here. Why, after your post-meal, did you not try Buzz Quiz World? I have to say, it's actually one of my favorite games for the PS3, and it's something even my girlfriend can play and not kill each other with. Ha ha.
I would have loved to, but we didn't have. It wasn't available to us at the time or whatever.
That's not a download. You need
Yeah, it's
the
not. Yeah, I
buzzers, you
needed a
need
game
the
to download that I didn't have. I wasn't obviously going to go out and buy something. I'd like to play it. We have it in the office. I mean, I can borrow it. There's just so much other stuff to play, But I'd actually really want to go back and play more Trivial Pursuit. I thought that game was. That game. Also,
You have the platinum in it, right?
Geddes is breaking the key rule of podcasting.
Oh, no iPhones?
We don't allow mail checking during. We turn off phones. No phones are allowed.
Oh,
Mine's set
wow.
to airplane mode so I can just check time. We got sick of people
Man.
disconnecting.
Yeah.
I was lifting the ban on you because I know how busy you are. You have a million features to worry about today.
That's okay. Now that I know,
Okay.
and knowing. Oh, I forgot my Hellgast question about their eyes.
Yeah, you want to?
I would like to throw that out to the beyond.
All right, hold on. We have a reader question here from Ryan Geddes.
Yes. Dear Podcast Beyond, I'm such a big fan. Ryan Clements is the coolest guy ever. I wish I could be him. I want to wear his skin as a skin suit. So, okay, the Hellgast have orange eyes.
Red.
Red eyes,
Yeah.
reddish orange eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
You can. So, okay, if these are like the scary enemy, why wouldn't they decide to like maybe tint their goggles like brownish so that I couldn't snipe them easily from across the map because their eyes are a glowing beacon for my rifle sight.
It's a good question.
So
I think they just had to be. They have to survive on their home planet, and that gives them the ability to look through the
They
harsh
can't- they
sands
can't-
around.
I
That's
mean,
why they wear that whole apparatus.
Oakley can tint glasses any color they want. And the Hellgast
No,
can't do that. They
have you
all
seen
this
their planet? Their
technology?
planet's garbage.
Yeah, they have other things to worry about.
Okay, well, I would like to see if there's any other theories out
Like how
there.
friggin'
'Cause
ugly they are.
Your perspective problem breaks the game for you. That's a game breaker.
Yeah, no, it is a little
I
weird.
can't stop thinking
I
about it.
totally agree. I totally agree with
All
you.
right, continue with your mail. Sorry.
All right. Black Mantle writes in. He says, it seems as though Roper was the only IGN staffer who fully appreciated God of War 3. Now that he's gone, will this affect the Game of the Year awards later on when the votes for, quote, best game are cast? I don't believe we have a best game category. At least not one where you should be quoting it. But I think the easy answer to that is no. I think God of War 3 was one of the most played PlayStation exclusives I've seen here at IGN. I think a lot of people played it. I just listened to Girl Fight the other day, and Dana was talking about how she would choose it over some other game. Blah, blah. I mean,
She's
like,
a big God of War fan.
yeah, like trust me, everybody played God of War, and even and this is my other thing. Yes, Clements did not play God of War. Clements is working his way up from Mass Effect 1, so he's on the Jim Riley plan of playing games 4 years after their release.
Oh,
He'll
yeah,
get to
whatever.
He's playing Haze next week, I heard.
it. Anyways,
That's on
though,
my cue.
Time
it's-
shift.
See, here's my. I take offense to this question. Fully appreciate it. We all appreciate God of War. I talk on this podcast all the time about how I do not like Kratos as a character. I appreciate what God of War did. I mean, that game looks great. It was fun to play. I had a great time. I think the main character is garbage, yes, but that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the title. That I wouldn't have scored it how Roper scored it. That I wouldn't consider it for when we get the ballot. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Kratos sucked. Get us. Come on.
It's not gonna be my game of the year.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
no,
certainly not.
Will it be your quote best game?
That's not fair for me to say. I mean, I've only played the God of War collection, but like I haven't played God of War 3 yet, and it's really because I think God of War 1 and 2 were fun, but like it seems like it's just the same
It is.
thing. It's not really compelling to me,
Even has the same story and structure as the last two
I
games.
will play it probably this summer when things slow down a little bit and see what. But I mean, right now, Mass Effect 2 is my game of the year.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
We got 2 questions from Andrew Dean 84. Number 1, any of you guys playing the best platformer ever, Super Mario Galaxy 2? Colin.
I want to. I just don't have the time right now. So
I just still need to buy it,
Yeah.
but I will.
Have you played the first one yet, or are you still working your way to that one as well?
I'm not going to play that one.
Okay, good.
The answer is no. Mario is for babies.
Oh man, I'm playing it. I like it.
yeah,
Like,
I'm excited for the second one.
I did a very Skate thing. When I first played Skate, I played it for a while one night, and I was like, all right, I'm done. And then like the next morning, I woke up, I was like, man, I could go for more Skate. I didn't expect that. Same thing with Mario Galaxy 2. I played 45 minutes of it. It's like, all right, it's more like the first one, and then went to something else, and then I found myself jonesing for it while I was at pre-E3. Bought it on day 1. Bought 2 copies of it on launch day. Very crazy for Greg Miller, I'll tell you.
You just want to put them together at the same time?
No, I was visiting Chicago and gave my little cousins a copy.
No,
That's
nice.
very nice.
Nice. I said it. We did a piece. I don't remember what it was called for Craig Harris about like the anticipation.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote in that piece that I thought the first Galaxy was a 10. So I think that's a superb game, like superb, and easily one of the best games of the generation. So and this one's apparently even better. So. I'm really excited about it. There's just so much other stuff to play.
Yeah,
right
I'm just over Mario. Like I respect it. It's a huge part of my gaming DNA.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not doing anything new for me. I don't care how many planets he goes to or how many new little suits he wears.
But he can be a cloud. He's a cloud.
I
Mario
know.
this
I don't
time.
care anymore. Like I'm done. I'm done with it. And I respect its level design. And they're really iterating on a great idea. I respect that. But I can't play those games anymore.
No, I understand that. I approach it because I'm really more into it being immersed in a story and immersed in a narrative in a game and stuff. But when I approach that game, I kind of just turn all that off. And
Yeah,
it's just
I can
all about the
understand
gameplay,
that. Yeah.
and just having a little bit of fun. You can't earn trophies though, so.
Okay. Andrew,
So I'm not gonna play
Andrew
it.
Dean, 84, knew you'd be here. So he wants to dust off a TRL classic.
Uh-huh.
If you had to marry, boff, kill Kevin Butler, Kevin Smith, or Kevin Spacey, how would that go down? Everybody aware of how this game works?
Yeah.
I forgot which. The boff is the
Make
banging,
love to.
right?
Yeah, you want to bang.
Bang.
Bang them.
Banging.
And then you want to
Bang.
marry or kill.
I've been sitting next to Altano.
I knew this one was coming, so I'll go first. I would marry Kevin Butler because he's hilarious, and I would love to have him around playing with puppies and such. I would kill Kevin Spacey strictly because of Superman Returns, just because anyone associated with that film should probably die now. And I would boff Kevin Smith just because he's got a lot of money. We'd have some good time. We talk about comics afterwards. You could show me Mallrats again. Show me secret stuff about Mallrats.
Okay.
What do you say, Colin?
Let me see the names.
I have mine. I can
Okay, go, yeah, yeah,
Please.
I would also marry Kevin Butler.
Yeah.
Just be so funny all the time,
Yeah.
right? It would be a great laughs around the house. I would choose to boff Kevin Spacey because I feel like it would be over really quickly. Like he would just be done, and that would be that. It would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
And then I would kill
Kevin
Kevin
Smith.
Smith because he hasn't done anything relevant in years.
He got kicked off a Southwest Airlines flight though. That was on the
For
news.
what?
Being too fat. You didn't follow this at all?
No.
Yeah, they
Did he
want.
Twitter it or something?
Yeah, he Twittered and then he did a podcast and there was this whole back and forth thing where Southwest apologized on their Twitter to him and yada yada yada.
Wow.
Yeah, the captain said he was too fat, so they threw him off the plane. You should, it's actually a really good story. You should go back and listen.
That sounds like an Onion article.
The Smodcast, they had the whole breakdown, him and his wife going through it. Ryan, you got anything to throw into this one? You're yawning.
Can't answer this question because I cannot physically kill anybody.
Oh wow. Wait, you could.
It's a
physically kill
hypothetical though.
Yeah, I could physically, but I am
that's not the
incapable.
Ryan Clements
You would
way.
I'm
never-
incapable.
It's a
to protect
hypothetical.
yourself?
You're missing the
Oh
point.
yeah, no, I probably would to protect myself. But this sounds like a
What
violent
about to protect
act.
Colin?
Yeah, I would probably protect Colin.
Oh, that's nice. All right, I got an answer.
Yeah,
I finally have an answer. Kevin Butler, I would boff him. And then I would actually marry Kevin Spacey because he's a working actor. He can take care of me. He's got parts.
That's true.
Yeah, you're
Stay
right.
home and watch Judge Judy.
Yeah, I can just do whatever I want. That guy will take care of me.
Yeah.
And then I too would kill Kevin Smith because even though I like his movies in the '90s, that guy is really obnoxious
Yeah.
at this point,
Yeah,
and I
I
wish
agree.
he would just kind of go away.
Yeah.
Like seriously, just go
You
away.
wish you would just get on a plane and go. Oh.
And get
Be too fat. Not be like
That's not nice.
Mitchell Morgan writes in. He says, "Hey, you guys. First
Hi.
off,
Hey.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Hey.
So I know you guys are big fans of Little Big Planet. This one will go out to you all. What do you think of the move being implemented in Little Big Planet 2? Excited? You think it's going to ruin the experience? Really, Ryan Clements?
Sorry. I just spit all over the laptop.
Why?
I don't care.
All right, so you're being very short-sighted here. Imagine. So in Little Big Planet, it can be kind of.
Imagine all the
Oh.
people.
It can be kind of a chore to like go into the little menus and choose swatches of fabric or little colors or little stickers.
You
or
mean
whatever
with
it
the
is.
current control
Yeah,
scheme?
with the current
Okay,
control scheme. You kind of click in there and like up analog sticks and all
Use
this.
a D-pad.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really hard.
Think of a move as a mouse. Think of a move controller more like a mouse than like some wacky wand.
Yeah.
And imagine how easy it is to move things and choose things with a mouse on your PC. If you could just sit there with that thing kind of sitting in your lap, you're using your controller with one hand or the sub controller with your left hand or whatever, and you're just kind of making little gestures to pull things out of menus and drop them onto your character, drag and drop them like a mouse. I mean,
See, the
move
creation-
isn't only about waggle and blah blah blah. I mean, there's other applications there.
Just as a side note, I was actually kidding about the sound effect.
I saw
Sure
the
you
look
were.
on your
Sure you were.
face.
You're
I
still
could tell
having
you were
This
serious.
question is giving you no life. You have no excitement in you.
You're disappearing from our world.
That's totally fine. No. I just don't like the idea of gimmicky stuff. But if they actually implement it properly and it enhances the ability to make levels, like for example painting stuff.
Yeah.
That might be.
See, the
might be
GDC
good.
demo of somebody else playing with the move and them rotating a triangle, that didn't do much for me. But when I was talking to the Mod Nation Racers guys, they were, mentioning how. I didn't even talk about this. I read this in Mike Thompson's interview. They were talking about how they looked at Move, but it didn't come together. But like when they went to get the demo of Move, somebody had already taken their game code and used it where they picked up the mod with the sub controller, and then they brought the Move in, dipped it in some paint, and sprayed the guy. That's cool. Like I would love it. Like creation is huge in both those games, and especially Little Big Planet. It would be way easier to do that. I mean, especially when you're creating levels and there's so much to do. That I could do. The free paint your level just to like paint your landscape. That'd be neat.
Yeah, I mean, one thing the Move controller can do that the Wii remote can't is it can move in multiple dimensions. So you can twist it, pull it towards you, toward the screen and away towards you. So you have the ability to use depth. You can move characters forward and backwards. Anyway, I am not saying that Move is going to be great. I'm saying that there's a lot of potential there that I hope they actually use. I hope it's not just the same crap that we've seen in the past. It's
But
like,
none of this stuff
Don't you want to
is-
move your hand around?
I mean, but none of this stuff is gameplay related.
That's
that would-
gameplay. Why is that not gameplay?
Because creating or manipulating
part of the game.
stages.
That's
I
part
know,
of
but I
these
mean,
games.
there's no.
Okay, so fine. Imagine it's a game like Braid, and there's not creation going on, but you can pull. Maybe you need to pull your character into the third dimension in order to do some game solve a puzzle.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah, that's what I do.
kind of like Braid blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, think about like a Braid with the ability to do that kind of thing. And again, like, this is wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hope this is
I
what's
hope
gonna
this
be.
is. I'm not saying it's what's going to happen, but
This
it'd
is
be great
this
if
is the
it
whole
did.
thing we got into about when we were talking about 3D in the Move is that we're worried about a lot of shovelware coming, but and that the good ideas don't get buried. There's going to be really cool stuff for 3D. There's going to be really cool stuff for Move.
That stuff will rise to the top.
I hope
think
so,
that'll rise
yeah.
to the top. I mean, that's what
I hope
hopefully
so.
we can do.
All right. Tiger A writes in. He says, "I know it's late, but I have a
Tiger.
fantastic idea for a new level."
Of what?
He wants a Little Big Planet beta code. Tiger A, we gave those away 2 years ago. Please stop writing in for beta codes. You can go buy Game of the Year Edition Little Big Planet. You can buy
I
it
think
used.
a lot of people don't know what a beta code is.
Yeah.
The beta is when you're testing a game before it comes out. A long time ago, IGN was like, hey, we have codes to get into testing Little Big Planet.
Not anymore.
A new game that
two
came out
years
forever ago.
I
Would
think
you like
some
to do
people
this?
really do think beta means just free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Tiger.
What? I don't. Oh,
Tiger uppercut.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Now we're
Street
going to get
Fighter.
into a segment of the show we have been putting off for a while, and a lot of people were nice enough to remind us about it. We're going to call it Beyond Art. We have a lot of art to go over
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Yeah, we
the
do.
first comes from a guy named Nick. He says, Beyond, guys.
Beyond.
Beyond.
In the new Diet Coke ads airing over here in the old UK, Ryan Clements
Hello,
appears
Governor.
as one of the puppets. Check out
What?
the attached picture. Here you go. That's the picture. It is spot on.
I love
It
this.
is very much Ryan Clements.
That is definitely me.
You can go to YouTube and Google the Diet Coke or whatever. There it is. Find it right
We'll
there.
put that on the. We'll
Wow.
put that on the Beyond wall.
He looks a little bit more British than you, but not by
okay.
a whole lot.
I think
Well, yeah,
I actually have
Yeah,
some
the
British
wall.
in me.
The wall is getting added to every day
Yeah,
now.
keep sending in your awesome art.
Here's the big cool one that we just got. This is a sketch drawing. I don't
That's
know.
really good.
It's got pens. It's got some inks on it. It's from Mike Lemon, I believe.
Yep.
It's easier to read that one than this one. He says, Beyond.
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 Hey guys, I remember hearing someone call you bro-tatoes during mail call and could instantly picture it in my head. Also, please forgive me, Mr. Bishop, for not including you as a potato. Sam's not even here, so we're not going to let you. Sam deserves what he got. Anyways, what it is, though, is 3 bro-tatoes that look like potatoes, but they have our tops of our heads. It's kind of hard to describe, Colin, but is that what you'd say?
It's really fantastic.
It's awesome. Yeah, we need to get that up to
you. Can actually just easily tell who is who, even though we don't have faces. We're just potatoes with hair.
It's really well done.
Yeah, awesome. Another one is from Max Drinia and Johanna Cranston. I'm sorry, I'm bad names. Hey, here's a gift for you 2 longtime fans. This is about Patapon. We just moved to your new office. Here's some art from Patapon 2. This is a drawing of a Kibapon. I never pronounce these words in real life because I only read them on my PSP. Anyways, it's what a Patapon would look like in real life, riding on a horse. And it's incredibly creepy.
It is so good.
It's very good. No.
Really
But
good.
Patapons are disturbing individuals if you see them in real life.
Well done.
I like it.
And closing out our art thing, this is just a picture. This is a photo, if you will. This one comes from Sunday Red and Where's Adam? Beyond. Just want to share with the Beyond crew that Infamous's birthday was celebrated in Richmond, Virginia on Wednesday with cupcakes.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing the game and wearing blue and red shirts. It's such a great game that its birthday had to be celebrated. Of course, we're not really telling anyone else around the office because we'd be made fun of. Here's a picture of the cupcakes. They have a picture of red and blue cupcakes with 2 copies of Infamous that they brought in
I love that.
Well
to
played.
their office.
That
Not
game's-
too
that
shabby.
game's not very good, dude.
Best game on PlayStation.
It's not
3.
very good, dude.
Whatever. Are you serious?
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you
serious.
played it?
I
How
have
far did
played
you
it.
get?
I
You
don't
doing the
know.
Colin or the Ryan Clements?
I was on the roof with the little buddy, and he's got the
That's
TV
the first
there.
thing that happens in the game.
No, I
you didn't
played-
even get off the roof.
I played more than that. I was just like, it's boring. Like, oh, lightning fingers. Ooh.
That's it, huh? Like
I actually
didn't-
do
I
have a
didn't-
question. I put up on Twitter that I was going to be guesting on the podcast, and a couple of people asked some questions. Actually, only one person did. They want to know. I put the picture up of the flag.
Yeah, the Beyond flag in the background there.
The Beyond flag, and one person wants to know why the E is red.
To look cool.
Yeah. Also,
There's no significance to it.
No, it was a fencer made it when we were still at Beyond University. He wanted to be the official fencer of Podcast Beyond, so he took that into battle.
Okay. I gotcha.
also-
that was Dylan who asked that
as
question.
a side note, red is, part of the kind of PlayStation color palette.
That is true. That is
So-
true.
Oh, true. Yes, there you go. That's good. Here's one for you, Colin Moriarty.
okay.
You've been playing a lot of Red Dead. You're doing the guide.
Yeah.
You're playing on PS3.
Yes.
Jason Levy writes in and says, did Rockstar drop the ball on the visuals for the PS3 version of Red Dead Redemption? The game runs at a lower resolution on the PS3, which seems very odd considering the graphics of the PS3 GTA 4 were better than the 360 version.
Yeah, I haven't played on Xbox because I'm not a nub. But from other people in the office, they're playing the game on Xbox and have been commenting.
Yeah.
A few people have commented that the game doesn't look as well, doesn't run as well on PS3, which is, I think, par for the course
Yeah.
with Rockstar games. But it doesn't change the fact that the game is awesome.
That's my thing.
Yep.
As somebody who was only playing it on PS3,
Yeah.
do you play it and go, oh, man.
No, I mean,
Okay.
the technical shortcomings, which I don't think are nearly as pronounced as they were in Grand Theft Auto, don't ruin the experience of the game. And I think the game is better than GTA 4. It's absolutely worth $60. The game is huge. So don't worry about that. Just play it.
Huge. All right, we got a quick fire one here from Craig Herman. One question. We'll go around. Everybody gives an answer. As if there was such a thing as winning E3, what do you think Sony has to do to accomplish that? Past years have been a little lackluster, but I'm expecting big things this year. Ryan Geddes, what
Big
does Sony
exclusives.
have to do? Okay, Ryan Clements.
Big trailers.
Okay.
I just wanted to go with the big.
Okay. No, that's it.
That's
You
all I
said
got.
it. No, fine. What
I was
expand.
just gonna. We wrote about it in the article what Sony can do to win E3, and I said that I want.
can check it out on
I
IGN.com.
want something like really exciting, like kind of do the whole showmanship of the presentation. Give me something spectacular to watch.
Spooktacular?
Spooktacular. It's not even Halloween time.
If we're
Why
only
would
gonna
you
do
say
one
that?
thing, because we know they're gonna have a lot of big games there, or whatever, they gotta roll out the PS2 games, and they have to have trophies.
They gotta do what? Oh, roll
Oh,
PS2
they're
if
downloadable.
absolutely-
they had
Yeah,
PS2, if they had trophies, that'd be huge.
They're
They won't.
absolutely not.
You
gonna
think
have trophies.
downloadable PS2 games is gonna make Sony win E3?
Well, we already know that, like, they're gonna have great games there. It's gonna be a good show for them.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
Killzone 3.
Yeah,
Little Big Planet 2.
Last Guardian.
Okay,
God of War.
So those are we already knew those from last E3.
No, we didn't. Little Big Planet
The
2.
Last Guardian?
Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah, well,
If you see a new trailer for The Last Guardian, you're gonna start
He
crying.
has to. We were
I
just
love
gonna do
The
it-
Last Guardian.
We were just gonna do a quick.
Okay, sorry. I didn't realize that's how this worked. I didn't realize you got to be wrong, and we all had to ignore it.
No, it's not wrong. PS2 games having a robust catalog of PS2 games
PS2
available
library is amazing.
it would be huge.
Yes,
huge.
I don't think it'll be that big of a deal if they did that. I think it would appeal to us.
That's not an E3
I think it would
winner.
appeal to us. I don't think it would win E3. I don't
not
think
an
that's
E3
what everybody would be blogging about, talking about.
They got to get those Dreamcast games out too. Come to think of it, that was we talked about that a long time.
How about
ago.
you, Greg?
Oh, I think I write about this all too much. I'm writing another feature about it right now, but I think their three-pronged attack is what they have to nail: the sequels, 3D, and the PlayStation Move. You have to either have to prove that the Move's for real, there's awesome games for everybody on it, or that the Move is Wii HD. But if you don't care about that, whatever, because here's a
But they have to
gajillion
knock
awesome sequels.
all three of those out of the park in order to win, right?
Correct.
Like,
Yeah.
You can't
get
just
up
be
and you
like,
do.
we're showing it to you.
You get up and you do a crappy 3D demonstration. That wastes time in the conference. And
How can they do a good 3D demonstration?
They can't. I don't know. I leave that to the smart minds who came up with Kevin Butler. That's what I want to say. All right.
What about a PSP 2?
No, that won't. No, we don't know. We talk about this as well too.
I'm asking because I think it's silly too, but I know that
it's not
out
silly.
there.
There's so
Well,
much
they just
room.
released the PSP Go.
Exactly, and there's so much room for improvement. It makes sense to do a PSP 2 eventually. However, you just did the Go and you didn't support it all that well, and not a lot of people like it. So you need the PSP needs to be strengthened. It needs to have an awesome year, 6-month period to come off of, and then go. You know what? And here's PSP 2. We got so many fans with Chains of Olympus, or what? I'm not Chains of Olympus.
Ghost of Sparta.
Ghost of Sparta, and man, knock on wood, Patapon 3, please. You know what I mean? You have to have a really in Kingdom Hearts, have a really good, solid 3 months, 6 months. Get people talking about it in a positive light again, and then sure do it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You do it now, it's like, hey, remember that piece of poop? Here's a sequel to it.
Here's another piece of poop.
They really have to take their time with PSP 2 if they're going to do it, and they really need to continue to strengthen PS3 because PS3 is in really good shape right now.
Yeah, they need to focus on it.
They're 5 million units behind Xbox. They've technically sold more in the time that they've been out around the world. They're probably going to pass Xbox in the next couple of years. So they need to keep focusing on PS3 and make it really strong. And then they can worry about PSP later because PSP is already dead in the United States. And
do you even want a PSP 2?
I do if they're really going to do it. If they're going to support it, if they promise they're going to support it. I love my PSP.
Promised so many times.
I love my PSP, man. There was great games the first few years, but there's nothing. Nothing.
Husband.
Yeah.
It's her. I don't know. It's very.
Promise I'm not going to do it again, baby.
Yeah, just really
Domestic
get behind.
violence always good for a laugh, Ryan.
I'm sorry. It was you laugh.
Geddes, we are locked in here every Thursday talking strictly PlayStation stuff from a completely outside perspective. You have to be up on everything. You know the Nintendos.
I have to, Greg.
You know the iPhoner.
The iPhoner, the Master Chiefs.
Mr. Chips?
Can Sony win E3, and do you think it's what odds would you give it?
Oh, jeez. Odds, huh?
I mean, as an outsider perspective, I don't is what Microsoft's Natal, right? That's their big thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's and then they'll show Gears. Hopefully.
Yeah, we got you got Gears 3, you got Halo Reach. Again, we already knew those were coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully some surprises.
Yeah.
Peter Molyneux will be there with Fable 3 and maybe some other surprises too.
Shadow Complex sequel, please.
Yes.
I'm just picturing it being like, this is the greatest game of
all time. In fact, it's so good I'm considering keeping it just for myself. I think that Sony and Microsoft are kind of neck and neck going into E3. Natal shows a bit better than Move does.
Yeah.
And I think that could be a huge advantage for Microsoft. They came out of the gate right with it. They showed it to a select group of people first. They got some buzz about it. Yes, there was the I like your shirt moment.
There was the cute girl that was playing soccer on the stage, and she was like, "Brr, brr."
So I don't know. I mean, it could happen. To me, like I said though, I'm more if Sony busts out some surprise big exclusive games, that's what gamers care about.
Halo Reach on the PS3.
We failed to mention though, and I keep talking about this with random Mark Ryan and some random people around the office, is that we're also forgetting about Nintendo. And if they announce Zelda and it looks really good and it's going to be dope and all those things, then they might win E3. Because especially if they have new.
I don't think if they have the one title that they win.
Yeah, the anticipation is so thick for a new Zelda game.
So thick.
Like
Alan Thick.
Okay, continue.
The anticipation is so thick that I think a Zelda.
Maybe I'm a little bit out of touch with Zelda fans, so I don't know quite how red hot the anticipation is.
It's
hot?
Zelda. I mean, if they do a Zelda, I'd be excited.
They replace. Miyamoto.
They're gonna do it. I mean, obviously.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just saying it would be ridiculous if because if Nintendo was like, oh, we have this vacuum in the fall, with no games coming out, and we're gonna give you, and everyone's like, getting ready, and it's like Pilot Wings or something like that.
Starbucks. Yeah. I don't think Nintendo would have to do something really crazy to win, like the sort of core game.
I don't even. Yeah, Nintendo's a really tough nut to crack on how they do that.
Yeah.
All right.
They got nuts, all right.
Reader mail's wrapping up here. To wrap it up, I have 2 Vampire Strikes.
Ooh.
And it's because people are attacking my baby here, Mod Nation Racers.
Are they?
All right. First on blast is Samus4145. Writes in, no searching by creator or artist in Mod Nation Racers. WTF. Point of releasing the Artist Spotlight 1 PSN ID if you can't search for it. Samus, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You go in. You say you want to look at creations. You scroll down. There's one search by text. You just pop in. You just type in the little Artist Spotlight 1, whatever PSN name you're looking for. Bam, you find them all. You type in Ghostbusters. Bam, you see all the Ghostbusters things that have been created. It's a perfect system. It works. Do it, Ryan. That's a Vampire Strike. You win Vampire Strike.
Ouch. God.
Up next is Neo Lego. Not a bad name. It's upsetting you had to get me mad. Just wanted to say thank God for demos. Played the Mod Nation demo and realized how bad the game controlled and decided to cancel my pre-order and pick up Red Dead. That's a great game, I understand. I spent an hour making a mod and a cart and it was a blast. Then I spent the next hour racing and was horrified at the controls. It was way too loose for a game that is all about customization. You cannot change the steering settings at all. I had high hopes thanks to you, Greg, and you almost cost me $60. Please encourage all the listeners to try the demo before wasting their money. He says beyond, no one respond to him because he's dead to us. The Vampire Strike is very much this. You can adjust it. You can go more drifting. You can go more tighter to the little steering controls. There are sliders that you can adjust to change.
Sliders.
Man, I go for slider. To change your controls. If it's too loose for you, you can make it stiffer. Don't be silly. You're all silly. Mod Nation Racers is great. Just go buy it. Don't worry about it, all right?
Where's the Vampire Strike for that one?
I thought you were doing them now. There we go.
It's more like a Cobra Strike.
No, that was the as with many Greg Miller catchphrases and events, my head got away from me. I got out in front of the joke, so I was trying to do Cobra Strike, but it came out Vampire Strike.
Would now be a good time to debut Vampire Race Car Driver?
You could
We're
do
running
that.
out of time, aren't we?
We're done with mail call. Now we're just on Coast.
I do just want to say that I was considering, should we debut our anime idea
we've got
here?
so many good ideas.
But because remember, we wanted maybe a theme song to start.
I'll do the 1-minute pitch on Vampire Race Car Driver, and then we'll move quickly on to the next one.
Or why don't we save the anime for another time?
I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. Who knows when I'll be back?
All right,
It'll be a month. Vampire Race Car Driver is my idea for a television show, and it's about a vampire who is a race car driver, but he's conflicted because he can only race at night, and so he can only race in very specific, like 24-hour endurance races, and he can only be the nighttime shift driver, and so it's a source of deep sort of conflict for him.
Is it like a drama or a dramedy?
It's a hardcore drama. Yeah.
Right.
Hillary suggested then the name should be Knights of Thunder.
Or Knight Rider.
But that was unfortunately already taken. So if anybody has any ideas for that, please let me know, because I'm trying to flesh it out. And don't steal it, because Colin and I's lawyer, Joel Spiederman, will be on you.
Joel Spiederman didn't help you with Monsters Probably Stole My Princess, did he?
He actually gave us some really good legal advice.
Yeah. What was it?
We don't have a case. So yes, we can now move on to
Battle Platform Poseidon.
Battle Platform Poseidon is Clements and I and Anthony Gallegos' new idea for an anime. It's we're going to be a Western anime, of course, but done in the traditional Japanese style. Mm-hmm. Hand-drawn, of course.
Yes.
And it is about so in the future, robots have pushed humans off of the Earth and into the sea, where they live on gigantic floating battle platforms.
Yes.
And
how do they get food?
They farm the sea.
Yeah, they fish.
How do they get water?
They take the Earth's geothermal power from underneath the sea in order to power their society.
Is this at all related to Waterworld?
No, it's not. And they have submarine groups called tridents, which are three.
That's like a platoon of three.
That's cute.
Submarines.
I like that.
Yeah, 3 subs that go out together, and they form into like a
like
giant
a super sub.
Yeah, that could also skim the water.
And the platform does have like a jet that can take off, and then it like flies really low to the water, and the sub comes up at the same time, and it attaches onto the jet, so they can like airlift the sub.
Yeah, there's going to be like a love story. There's going to be the mechanic who wears the scarf and the flight goggles
and the plucky hero
who maybe no one expected him to be as good as of a Trident pilot as his father was, but he's surprising them all.
Yes.
Spoilers. So what we need is a theme song, because every good anime idea starts with a theme
an
song.
awesome theme song.
If you don't have that, you have nothing.
Right.
Beyond Nation, this is your time to shine. I want a kick-ass battle platform Poseidon theme song. Hopefully with the part that goes burning heat of the ocean.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have that music to it, but burning heat of the ocean just sounds like it has to be in the theme song.
And there needs to be like kind of synth strings in the background. Picture the moment where he's standing on the battle platform, the wind is whipping his hair,
the
and
sea salt is
it pulls
spraying.
back, and then his girlfriend is there above him, love interest or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very.
There also has to be a gruff commander with like a beard, like a white,
Yeah,
a very finely polished white beard. you know?
And he has like a suit, a dapper military suit with medals and ribbons all over it.
Medals and ribbons.
Yeah. So anyway, we spent no time on that, but we're in desperate need of theme song help on that.
I like it.
I like that too.
Yeah.
That's
Battle
nice.
platform Poseidon.
Coming
Please credit
soon.
Ryan Geddes, Ryan Clements, and Anthony Gallegos.
Consider this a trademark. We're trademarking it.
Right
now.
now.
Right
as
here.
As it was being spoken.
Yes.
Okay. Ryan, what do you got for me in a PSN Hit of the Week category?
Hit of the week comes from Marcus. Marcus writes, "Sup, dude, Beyond." This was on Facebook, so he's just talking to me. "I've been listening to Beyond for a while now, and I waited until now to ask for Hit of the Week. Here's why. I'm a 16-year-old living near Vancouver, Canada, and the license age for driving is 16 as usual, but we have to have an adult above the age of 25 driving with us in the passenger seat for a whole year before we can drive alone.
Wow.
My 17th birthday is coming up, which means that I will be able to drive by myself to go out and get games now, which also means that I can buy M-rated games without dragging my parents out to GameStop. Going to be getting Red Dead Redemption with my newfound freedom within a week of this podcast airing, so it would make my day if I came back with a brand new game and had some more people to play online with. Thanks a bunch, Ryan. You're a really cool guy." See, Marcus knows.
Does he want to wear your skin as a skin suit?
He might. Marcus's PSN ID is Mind Freak Marcus, which is kind of cool. It's all one word, Mind Freak Marcus.
Like Chris Angel?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, because I'm sure Marcus is a much more normal person. Do you want to do it, buddy, or are you done for now? All right, and PSN hit confirmed, perhaps?
Got my mom in the passenger seat. I'm underage, can't fly a fighter pilot. PSN hit confirmed.
All right, that was good.
That was mine.
That was a good one. All right. Tournament winners, what do we got there?
Nothing.
Nothing? No.
I think they
Beast
all,
97.6.
I think they all left. They're all gone.
Oh, right, the community board thing. We've been working on that. Me and Colin are hard at work on that one. Well, it's been reported. They're supposed to be fixing it.
But we
if
haven't
anybody
answered
knows. I don't know. We should probably ask somebody.
Yeah.
I've been gone for a while.
Okay.
All right, then. So remember, this has been Podcast Beyond. If you'd like to be part of Podcast Beyond, you can email us at beyond@ign.com. You can also go to the PS3 general board, where usually on a Wednesday night, Thursday morning, I post looking for responses. But I'm on there just posting, just for the hell of it, saying hey, talking Mod Nation Racers, whatever. You can follow us all on the Twitters. You got the IGN. Now, no more com, just IGN.
Just IGN.
There's Game Over Greggy.
I'm Funnel with a PH, PHUNNEL.
Clements doesn't
Doesn't
Twitter,
really
right?
have. I have a Twitter account, but I haven't posted.
Facebook, you're all over the Facebook. though.
I'm on Facebook every day.
You can find us all on
every
the
day.
Facebooks.
Yeah.
Don't bother messaging me at Facebook. I don't even answer them anymore.
I
too
do.
many.
I
I
answer on
personally
Twitter.
answer.
I'm very talkative on Twitter, so if you want to
I'm talkative on
talk
Facebook.
on the tweets, I will talk.
I answer
rem-
all messages I get. I have to.
All right. Well, remember, you can always find us at IGN.com, which is really where you should be going. For,
Right.
what's
Lots
going
of good
on there.
stuff on there.
Yeah, lots of good features and newses and whatnots.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, we got some E3, a little bit of an E3 preview coming up for PlayStation.
Yeah, tomorrow you'll have the official IGN E3 preview from all three platforms by the IGNers. But yeah, thanks for joining us for another episode. Ryan, what do you got to send us out to today?
We have a special song suggested to us by our own Mark Ryan Salee, who
I know
often
him.
joins us on Beyond. He likes kind of alternative, kind of interesting music. I like his tastes from what I've heard so far. He recommended Luca Lee. I guess you pronounce the first name of this girl. It's spelled Lykkke. And he said said Luca, so I don't know. But anyway, the artist's track is called "I'm Good, I'm Gone" from the album Youth Novels, which came out a few years ago. I really liked this track from what Mark Ryan played. I'm going to play it for you guys now. "I'm Good, I'm Gone." Make sure to buy it if you like it, because I don't want to get sued.
Beyond!
Beyond!
Working in the corner, peeking on shows, waiting for my time to come. Working